Stop. Now man, let me hear it to your mouth.
Yes.
What you say you're gonna stop though?
Last time this man come to place.
You're going to stop going to the Chinese people in place and steal your stuff.
Yeah, stop.
None of the Chinese place in Christiana, you're not allowed to go in there.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
Can I go now?
No, you're gonna remain as you are.
On the spot, news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what Guan, a blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning. Yeah. Today is a Tuesday, but not just any regular Tuesday, but this Tuesday marks the ending of 2024. And if you're still here with us, tuning in to the voice of On The Spot News Media, I just want to give you a heartfelt thank you for your continued support. And just to pat yourself on the shoulder also, to still be among the land of the living. Because living not just in Jamaica, but in this world, in these times, for us to wake up each and every morning to inhale and exhale the breath of life is indeed a great accomplishment. So let's not take being alive for granted, because I'm pretty sure many who has passed off would have loved to be here. So in the morning, my peeps, we're going to kick it off with some updates. Then of course, we're going to get right on into this morning's main set of stories. So just the other day, I spoke about a knifing incident that took place in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, where a bus driver lost his life on Saturday morning after being knifed up repeatedly so in the neck in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Now the driver in question is presently on your screen, and he has since been identified as 34 years old Nicholas Leach, otherwise known as Flexing at the Streets. He's from a Elton Park address in Spanish Town. So for those who forgot, let me just give you a quick briefing on what took place, and then of course we get into the meat of the matter. So reports from the Spanish Town police would suggest that sometime around 10:50 a.m., the bus driver Nicholas Leach was traveling on a Toyota Coaster bus, and upon reaching a certain store along Young Street, two criminal elements boarded the bus. The bus was being driven by one of his colleagues. The men immediately attacked him, during which he was knifed up repeatedly in the right side of his neck. And then, of course, his attackers casually walked off, making good their escape in the area. A motorist assisted the injured man to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries whilst undergoing treatment. But we get to understand, say boy, it was a hopeless case to how the man them deal with the side of him neck. Yeah, man. Now I could get on into the meat of the matter. Now this brother here was not just a bus driver, as many would have thought, as he is also a criminal element. Not a knockis and clappis, but he was collecting extortion monies on behalf of the Tesha Miller-led faction of the Klansman gang. And it is said that the one other top man, that a thick man, otherwise known as daddy badness, I make them know say yo the thing can't work so. Because the stash and money supposed to split right across the board if them want peace in a Spanish town. But Tesha Miller is presently behind bars, locked away, safe from what is happening on the outside world. So he gave strict instructions to say, yo, any money we collect, a fee moon. But what you need to understand, say, whilst you listen to and adhere to whatsoever Tesha Miller says behind bars, he's behind bars and safe from everything we are going on the outside. But you are on the outside and you're more vulnerable to attacks being perpetrated against you. And that is exactly what took place. And that is why 34-year-old Nicholas Leach ended up losing him 3 pints. So him not take an attack from Tickman set a man them, the one other set of extortionists them. So the man them just board the bus and just come juke him up, leaving him lifeless. Yeah, man. So I just hope that others are looking on and seeing that what you're doing is basically opening up yourselves to be attacked by these lawless thugs. Yeah, man. So the next update that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is a fatality that took place in the Clarendon Police Division just a few weeks ago. So the police them charged the man who lost his life's brother. Now the brother has since been identified as Lenroy Goulburn, age 41, come from Frankfield in a Clarendon. So the police report suggests that on December 14th, sometime around 2:30 a.m., Lenroy got into an altercation with his 33-year-old brother, who is now deceased, known as Errol Goulburn. He's said to be a chef from the Steertown community in St. Anne. The dispute allegedly started after Errol accused Lenroy of removing his motorcycle chain. Lenroy reportedly fled the scene but later returned and knifed up Errol multiple times before escaping on foot in the area. The police were called in to the scene and Errol was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced you know what upon arrival. And following an investigation, law enforcement officers conducted a targeted raid on Boxing Day at a premises in Green Bay in St. Anne, where Lenroy was arrested and later charged with the offense of the fatality. His court date is to be set shortly. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. So anyway, my peeps, we could get right on into this morning's main set of stories. Now, who remember the vlogs I did surrounding a criminal element known as Pablo from around Ivy Road in the Kingston Western Police Division? Then, of course, I did an interview with a man who is said to be, well, he was a top tier member of Pablo's gang known as Twin Man. I did a 2-part interview with Twin Man and his alleged twin brother. Now this story I got tying back to that one. Now on your screen is a Tapnakis and Clappis. He has since been identified as Spunky. Spunky is originally from the Torrington Park community. He was recently released from jail and he made it abundantly clear that him come back for run off Torrington Park. And as you can see on this picture surrounding him is the picture of an eagle which represents Eagle Nation, aka Bird Nation, as Spunky is also a very good friend of Guess, who is now aligned to the infamous Eagle or Bird Nation gang. So I go on and come back in the place and swear blind. So right now, the war I gotta go all out. So him a par between Spanglers and also in his community of Torrington Park. And he has also made it abundantly clear that he is definitely not with the Niney-led one jungle type of system. So right now, Rups and AJ, you have fresh oppositions. Yeah, man. So my peeps living in and around those communities, brace yourself because 2025 will be very interesting. And he is also at odds with another known criminal element who comes from the Anatone community known as Danville, Palmer. So that in itself, I got definitely be something to watch out for. So Spunky against Niney and AJ and Rups, because him not depend the one jungle system where them a try to institute. And he's also up against a known criminal element who is definitely a strong contender, known as Danville, Palmer. So for those of you who tuned in to the Twin Man on the Spot News Media interview, you remember when Twin Man stated clearly that Pablo using police links them for lock up some man and have them a jail or suffer. Well, Spunky is most definitely one of those criminal elements that Twin Man was making reference to. So to the police officers on the ground patrolling these communities, please be on the lookout because the knockings and clappings will most definitely continue. Yeah, man. So now, my peeps, we're giving us some crime statistics as it relates to the knockings and clappings right across Jamaica from Moran Point to Negril Point. So for the first time all year in all of 2024, Jamaica last week recorded single-digit homicides during the period covering 7 days. So according to the data published on Monday morning by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, for the week of December 21 to December 28, the country recorded 9 fatalities to the hands of criminal elements. So the knockings and clappings toll now stands at a whopping 1,138 fatalities, and that was recorded up to December 28 of 2024, and that serves as 259 fewer than that of last year, which at that time the country recorded 1,397 fatalities to criminal elements' hands. So the latest additions are the 9 people who lose them 3 points in separate incidents right across the length and breadth of Jamaica over that particular 7-day period. So the JCF figures now shows declines in all police divisions with the exception of the St. Andrew North Police Division that are the Constant Spring Policing area, the St. Andrew Central Police Division that are the Half-a-Tree Policing area, and also the Manchester Police Division. So the St. James Police Division still leads with the tally of 125 fatalities so far this year, and that is still 63 fewer than the number recorded for the corresponding period of 2023. Portland still is the least murderous parish and the least murderous police division of all. It recorded 13 homicides since the start of the year, and the parish of Trelawney has remained steady, recording a similar number as that of last year, which is 24 fatalities. So meanwhile, among other major crimes like break-ins have increased by 6% with 888 incidents reported. Knockings and clappings are down by almost 10%. Incidents of hold on and take has declined by nearly 27%, and robberies are also down with almost 21% in terms of its decline. So the JCF is saying that Jamaica has performed way better this year than that of last year. Now, do you agree? If you agree, drop some comments. And if you don't agree, please drop some comments in the comment section. But anyway, make we continue. Now, the Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake, says that he has given instruction to the Police High Command to ramp up their efforts to target high-risk criminal elements as a part of crime reduction strategies for 2025. In his 2024 year in review, he commended the officers in the 19 police divisions right across the length and breadth of Jamaica for their efforts in combating crime. So now we are going to hear from the Commissioner of Police as he weighs in on all of what had taken place in the 2024 fight against crime. He also declares that the crime fighting strategies implemented in 2024 as successful. So we're going to hear from the police commissioner as he weighs in. Listen.
Area 1, led by Assistant Commissioner of Police Glenn Miller, has shown exceptional performance with all divisions recording reductions in major crimes. St. James, often a focal point for crime reduction initiatives, Superintendent Aaron Samuels and his team have worked to produce a 9% decline in overall major crimes with a very significant 34% reduction in murders. Similarly, Westmoreland, under the superintendence of SP Othniel Dobson, demonstrated steady progress with a 24% drop in major crimes, including a 14% reduction in murders. In Hanover, the efforts of Superintendent Andrew Nish and his management team to address crime bore tangible results, as the parish achieved a robust 35% reduction in murders. One of the most significant outcomes of 2024 has been the 18% reduction in murders. This represents a major step forward in enhancing public safety and reducing the devastating impact of violent crime on our society. Such a reduction does not occur by chance. It is the result of deliberate, strategic planning and execution, driven by the commitment of the men and women of the JCF, supported by partnerships across all sectors of society. Shootings are down 10% across the country. There has been a 25% reduction in reported rapes. Robberies have reduced by 21%, while we've seen a 1% drop in break-ins. At the start of the year, the High Command asked more of every member of the force, and through a collective effort, there has been a 14% reduction in overall major crime. This has enabled us to identify, target, and apprehend high-risk offenders who pose significant threats to public safety. To those offenders who believe they can evade the reach of justice, let me be clear. We know who you are, and our resolve will not waver.
Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is a fatal knockings and clappings that took place over Dovecat Memorial Cemetery, where a funeral procession was in progress. Things like these and the video that I'm about to show you is most definitely worthy for a Hollywood terror film, because them things are just not happening in a real life, but right before your very eyes, it happened. Now, the funeral procession was in full flight sometime around 5:30 for the interment of a female. A man who is said to be of unsound mind reportedly disturbed the proceedings. He stated that no burial not supposed to go on. So today, what he did in videos received by On The Spot News Media, some of which cannot be shown here, he removed the body of the woman who was being buried and placed it next to the coffin. When time I say placing, I mean him just put it down neatly. I mean him dash it down a ground and deal with the lifeless body like a rag doll, tear it up and deal with it a certain type of way. He allegedly started to throw stones at persons who tried to intervene. The police were also called in, And it is said that the police fire some warning can in the air to try stop the man. However, the man did not desist from interrupting the proceedings. A member of the funeral procession, who is reportedly a licensed firearm, brandishes firearm and fired several cans, hitting the man. And the man ended up losing 3 points, same place on the spot.
Yo, police! Police! Yo, come for the man, man. Yo, come for the man. Yo, police! Yo. No, police! Police, man, no, man! No, man, police, don't! Yo, brother! Your mother come, hey!
It's just really funny hearing the regular members of Chan Publica encourage the police to knock it and clap it upon the man of unsound mind. Well, I'm glad the squad never take the boots in like a tin of supplicant and end up behind bars or in court proceedings getting charged for a fatality by Indicom. So what took place, as I stated, a licensed firearm holder intervened and clapped some can upon the man, and the man end up lose him 3 points in the hospital. The Spanish Town Police, CIB, is investigating. One thing me know, being a police in Jamaica, half it hard, because damn if you do, and damn if you don't. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. Now the last thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is a fatal knockings and clappings of a man that took place in the Hanover Police Division. Now on your screen is a man identified as Shane Evans. His fatal knockings and clappings took place along Harton Court in the Leicester Lane community. And for him, knockings and clappings took place over the weekend. And as I stated, he has since been identified as Oshane Evans, otherwise known as Talis, in the streets, said to be 35 years old, and him also come from in a Leicester Lane in Lucy, Hanover. He was taken out in a hail of bullets by unknown assailants. The body of the now deceased was found along the roadway after loud explosions were heard and the police were called in. No one seemed to know why them come slap with Talis or who come slap with Talis. But on the Spot News Media will most definitely be keeping you updated as it relates to this fatal knockings and clappings and update you in subsequent newscast. So anyway, my peeps, until later, definitely later, I gotta drop another one for you. So now watch no face. We're gonna make up for tomorrow, man. Yeah, man. So anyway, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.